Hey guys, I'm Ethan Moore from Stocking Supply, here with Vic Tesolin with the Melbourne Tool Company. Now, Melbourne Tool Company, brand new to North America.
Yes.
Not everybody is familiar with it yet because they are so new. So, give us the synopsis, what they're all about, what they make, and what they do different.
Yeah, for sure. So Melbourne Tool Company is an Aussie brand.
Yep.
And basically, what they've figured out is that there was no middle ground when it came to hand planes. You had stuff that was, not the best quality and sort of was a plane-like object.
Sure.
And then there was high-end stuff,
Yep.
right? But not everybody can afford the high-end stuff, so they wanted to come somewhere in the middle. And so these tools are designed in Melbourne. They have a product engineer there that takes care of all of that. And then they're produced in China. And so that allows them to keep the price down, yet still offer a good quality plane. So the company that makes these planes also makes turning chucks. And,
Right.
And so they're able to hold really high tolerances, which is important in the case of a hand plane. So the planes themselves are made out of nice thick ductile iron. And so the handles are actually sugar maple, Acer saccharin.
Oh, okay,
right?
very cool.
So which is good because we're very familiar with those.
We're very familiar with sugar maple.
Right. And so the blades are made out of M2, which
High-speed steel.
high-speed steel, right? Yep. Which is fantastic. There's an element of a reduced chance of rust with those.
Okay.
As well, they take an edge and hold it for longer because of the alloys that are in the M2.
So,
and I think you're familiar with M2 from
yeah,
turning
well,
tools.
turning
and
tools
stuff, right?
are essentially all M2 high-speed steel. Now, that's a little bit harder material than a traditional hand plane blade would be made out of. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. So like the traditional ones were high carbon steel.
Gotcha.
Right? So those were known as being less hard, but would take a nice keen edge.
Okay.
The M2, surprisingly, takes a very keen edge and lasts a little bit longer.
Okay, so less time sharpening. Maybe it takes a little bit more time to sharpen.
Right.
But further in between sharpenings.
Right, exactly. And to be honest, whether or not you use oil stones, water stones, diamonds, sandpaper, a power method or not, the M2 sharpens really well. So it's not that you have to go out and get any sort of special type of sharpening stuff.
Very cool.
The other thing that Melbourne Tool does, I think, really well is their packaging.
Right.
And so
That's what I noticed. Yeah.
Melbourne is known for their graffiti, right? They have a lot of graffiti art in the city. And so everything has that sort of nod to street art, which is kind of cool. They don't give you a manual, but they give you a QR code so that you can download your manual.
So if I get my phone out, it'll bring me right to the manual.
That's right, exactly.
Okay.
And so, but my favorite part about the packaging is this closed-cell foam liner.
Right.
So basically you drop that right in there and it just hugs the body.
So
which
that
is
can go right in your toolbox when you're
100%. So whether or not you have a wooden toolbox or you're using a metal toolbox, you can just stack all these in there. Some of them, like this small router plane, has a small insert on the top that allows you to store your blades, right? And there's multiple blades for this plane,
for different widths, yeah.
right? And then there's the body of it sitting inside there. So whether or not you decide to keep the cardboard box, right, and store your planes that way, or take the inserts and put them into another drawer, it works really well, and it keeps the planes safe. They don't get banged around. So I think it's a fantastic thing.
Yeah, no, I've been seriously impressed by their packaging, definitely.
So one of the things that, as far as an ethos goes with Melbourne Tool Company is that not everybody can afford expensive planes, right? But right now that was kind of the only option. And so now we have the ability for someone with a more modest budget, or that quite frankly doesn't use hand tools a lot, to be able to get into the hand tool game without, spending a whole lot of money.
Like a high-end hand tool.
Right.
That's easy to adjust, easy to use, and can perform very similar.
That's right.
For like maybe 30% less or so? Or?
Yeah, that's about how it works out. So, to get a good woodworking tool, that's important for us.
Awesome. So yeah, if anybody else has any questions, you can email us at info@stockingsupply.com or just comment on the video. Thanks for watching.